What is up, guys? NYKia31 here. And finally, I am posting video number 2 of what I started a few weeks ago, which you guys seem to enjoy a great deal, so I have no problem, cranking out more of them. Another edition of a coach film breakdown. I did the Seattle Seahawks defense on the first one, and I figure it's an appropriate place to start with the first couple by comparing and contrasting the what I feel is the second best defense in the NFL, or was last year, the Carolina Panthers. And I'll do some offensive course, no doubt about that. But I figure this was a good way to get this started, and I appreciate how well it was received. Now, as far as this one goes, I'm going to be showing the first half of. I just pick a half. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. But I am going to be showing their game against the New England Patriots. And as far as how and what the Panthers do defensively, it's pretty interesting. They're 4-3 team with a hellacious front seven, strong defensive line. You had Star Lotelli, you had Hardy, as well as Charles Johnson, and you also have Luke Cucci at middle linebacker, the defensive player of the year, and Thomas Davis, the medical and physical marvel coming off all those ACL surgeries. And what they like to do is similar to the Seahawks in a way, in that their front seven is so strong, they're able to control the run, even though they do bring eight in the box fairly often with between Quentin Michael and what's his name, Mike Mitchell. Especially Mitchell. Mitchell really fires aggressively when he reads run when they bring in eight in the box, but they do it out of too high and drop eight and back off. They play more games than the Seahawks do pre-snap. They do a great job of creating the illusion of pressure when only rushing three or four. They very rarely blitz. They have the type of front seven, again, like the Seahawks, and the defensive line, like the Seahawks, where you don't have to blitz. And when you can play defense like that, it's a really, really good luxury because you can drop more guys into coverage and still generate a strong pass rush. And if you can control the run game without having to run blitz, it allows you to play a very technically sound defense. You don't have to gamble. Because what do bad defenses have to do? When defenses play at a too high and can't stop the run, they have to bring an eighth guy into the box. If the opponent can still run the ball on them with eight in the box, then they have to run blitz. When you run blitz, you better be blitzing to the right gap or you're going to get gashed. Or if a team finds that they can't run the ball on eight in the box, they wear them out throwing it. So then they have to blitz to stop the pass, and it just kind of compounds. So the ability to control the run game and control the passing game without having to blitz is such a luxury. Such a luxury. Now, in this game, you'll see a little bit of what I mean. They show more coverages than the Seahawks do. Seahawks, they pretty much play two coverages, really. They play cover three and they play man one. That's basically it. The Panthers are a little bit more varied. They base out of cover three a lot. They'll also show quarters, half, or cover six. They'll play man one. And really, what I've observed, and I started noticing this trend in the college ranks that's now starting to flow to the NFL. My beloved Tampa 2, that has begun to be replaced by this pattern matching cover 3 and man 1. That's kind of replacing the Tampa 2 and the 2 man under. Because man 1, it allows you to bring 8 in the box. It allows you to play tight man coverage across the field with a high safety protecting the deep middle. And you can have a robber in the hole to really crack down on those short and intermediate routes and free up the deep safety to give help to any stress points. Again, the idea is very similar to the Seahawks and also, of course, to the old Tampa 2 disciples, of which there are still some in the league. There's still some Tampa 2 teams in the league, but I find that more and more teams are going towards man cover one in those pass situations, or this hybrid cover three where it's really a matchup zone type of principle. And the Panthers do that as well. You'll notice that they play their deep safety much deeper than the Seahawks. Not everyone has Earl Thomas that has great range. They play their free safety or their deep safety, whether it's Mitchell or Quinton Michael, much, much deeper. But the idea is the same. Create that funnel, close off the middle of the field, protect the deep middle, force the ball short and or to the sidelines, which are more difficult throws to make, rally on anything underneath. Lots of team speed with the Panthers, and lots of athleticism and size and strength on the defensive line. You're going to see Star Lutelli drop back in zone coverage as a 315-pound man. Really, really sound team and very athletic. Their defensive coordinator, McDermott, he's actually a Jimmy Johnson guy, the late, great Jimmy Johnson. So you would expect, again, with that kind of influence, to see a lot of exotic blitz looks. But again, with this kind of front, you don't have to do that. They do a great job of disguising it and creating the illusion. They'll occasionally bring five, sometimes six, but not very, very often. But more often than are not, when they do blitz, which is not a lot, it's they're bringing five. So let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. See Mike Mitchell. Watch how deep he is. He's damn near 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. First down, 8 in the box look. They're in a looks like is this nickel or is this base? Thomas Davis will, occasionally line up against a slot receiver. He's athletic enough to do it. You're going to see him later on cover a back, split out wide, and do it very well. But I can't quite tell who that is at the top of the screen. You're seeing press technique here at the top of the screen, and a loose. Well, let's see what he does here. He's kind of looking to bail. And there's Thomas Davis there. There's a 4-3 over, it looks like. So they have a safety man to man on the slot receiver. You know I'm going to bring everything back to Monty Kiffin sooner or later. But again, the Tampa 2 Bucks, they were able to play base personnel because they were so athletic. Same idea here. The Kiffin legacy never dies. This is straight man one. Tight man to man coverage all over the field. Can be risky if you don't have guys who can hold up and cover or tackle to keep those gains to a minimum on those tight throws. And the Panthers will do stunts, but nothing really that exotic. Again, when you're so good, you can just focus on just whipping your man. Ball force short. They're kind of halfway, showing a little bit of a too deep look here. Bailed was too deep high. Are they going to stay in this? Robber, deep safety. This is cover three all the way. Again, four-man rush. You see Cucci here. Thomas Davis here. The idea is to, again, you squeeze down. Well, not really squeeze down. You don't mind the ball being completed in this area here, this kind of 5-yard no cover zone. You'll concede that and force the offense to take that all game long. But the idea is to match anything coming down the seam and the deep safety to kind of mop up and give help. But you see here again, not a whole heck of a lot to throw to. This looks like a screen pass anyway, and they rally on that. But you see the idea again. This time out of zone. Deep safety in the middle of the field. Deep third, deep third. The robber safety looking to, stem on anything, and the linebackers looking for anything down the seam. They read screen very nicely, and Davis and Cucci are able to pursue. Actually, I think that was Hardy that made the tackle. Here it is again. That was White, one of their defensive tackles. No, that was Lutelli, actually. Again, I mean, this is a 315-pound man chasing down a screen for a 1 yard gain. Patriots love those quick hitting bubbles and screens. Love to get those little guys out in space. I've been doing that for years. Real aggressive press look here again. Deep safety. I suspect that Cucci here is the rat in the hole. And again, look how deep he is. Really looking to jump anything or find post, find seam. Empty set. Again, Russian four. Nothing fancy as far as stunts go, just straight up field. Cucci is in the hole. Coochly. He's the rat in the hole, the robber. He's going to look to jump any slants or shallow crossers. Deep safety looking to find seam post. Tight man coverage. We've seen a lot of man one and cover three so far. And again, there's really nowhere to go. You have to have the corners to hold up. If they can hold up, you can play this. That's Thomas Davis in space. Look at the push that Hardy gets on the right. With a get off, I should say. He doesn't get there, but he at least makes you a little bit nervous. Let's go back. Only throw Brady could make. And again, they'll take that all day long. It's Hardy on the right with a good get off. Look at Mitchell Fire. See how Mitchell fired there in the bottom of your screen? He does an excellent job of crashing. He does this a lot. I mean, he's coming right off the snap. Now the risk there is for play action. You can try to manipulate him with a play action fake because he's committed all the way. This is a 4-3 over front. Charles Johnson has stood up here a little bit. They do a few games with these two here in this kind of set. Sometimes Johnson will drop back and Davis will blitz. Or they'll bring another backer in and Johnson will drop back. More often than not, he's rushing, of course. Little play fake. No, that's a run. What am I talking about? Fullback whiffs in the block and Cucci is right there in his gap. Over front. This guy here, he has to draw a double team to protect Cucci. Coochly. I always call him Coochie. Get your mind out of the gutter there, some of you pervs out there. He kind of scrapes a little bit there right after the snap. Fullback whiffs and Coochly is right in the hole. Again, showing cover three. They're backing off. This is cover three all the way. Showing pressure. Are they coming? How many guys are coming? 5 this time. And again, that funnel, forcing the ball short or to the sideline. Really squeezing down in that middle. He backs off. And the important thing here is for these underneath defenders in the slots and those linebackers is to find that seam to help their safety out. Because traditionally, what happens in your spot drop cover three, what would happen? The guys would send 4 vertical, and the free safety would be out there by himself, hung out to dry. So this kind of evolved out of trying to combat the 4 verticals. You have a pattern match with the slotted seam receiver, slot tight end, slot receiver, what have you. He's basically playing him man to man, and he's supposed to be carried. The ball's already in the air, but you see the safety down here is kind of caught on a 1-2. He's going to be relying on his backer, hopefully, to kind of carry that guy a little bit further. Because that could be a stress point there. As you see all this space here if this safety can't close. Five-man rush this time. Again, nothing fancy as far as the stunts go. Basically a single gap style, just get upfield and whip your guy. Again, deep safety is not quite as deep in this down. Coochly pursuing. 4-yard gain. You know, you just kind of want to make him earn everything. Good flow action here. He kind of gets caught up by his own guy there, where it probably would have been a shorter gain. But he really flows so well. Here they're showing too high, dropping down a little bit, not quite committing. This is cover 6, quarter halves. They show this quite a bit. What you're going to see here, you see a press look and an off cover look, off man look here. Could be a combo pre-snap, could be a zone, but it reveals itself after the snap. They kind of give it away with the safety here cheating over to give help. They give it away a little bit too soon, in my opinion. He's going to jam and redirect. He jams and carries him for a few yards, and now he's going to release him to come back to anything underneath. Good match here. You see Mitchell here. He's got to close this space down here. Deep third here with a bracket. Again, Cushley in the middle. Thomas Davis there. That's accounted for. Again, they got to take the short gain. There's no other place to go. You might be able to hit this hole here if the safety can't come down, but, from the opposite hash, that's a tough throw to make. And plus, the corner does a good job of kind of squeezing down the space to put him off of that read. Let's go back a little bit and look how far the corner carries before he redirects himself to look at anything towards the flat. Where is that? It's right here. So he goes almost 5 yards, which is enough to get him off that read. He's probably looking to the right anyway as a high-low. But again, forced to dump off. A defense will take that all day long. Showing blitz with cover three behind it. Could this be a fire zone? What do you guys think? How many guys do you think are going to come? Three-man rush. Hardy comes in untouched. How does that happen? Johnson is in a stand up. Johnson comes off to drop in a zone with Mitchell. And again, the look of more pressure that is coming than really is confuses the lineman. Look at the center and look at the right tackle. Whoops. There's my man. He ain't coming. He's dropping back. And by the time he recognizes what's happening, Brady's done. NFL linemen, they never blow assignments. They always get everything perfect. Nope, they don't. Guys make mistakes. That's how you get a free rusher when they have more blocking than is coming. I really enjoy doing these. I hope you guys enjoy watching it as much as I do it. Again, look how deep the safety is. This is straight cover three. Again, how many rushers are coming? Just four. Look at Coochly. He's the new age Brian Urlacher. They actually get called for a penalty on this play, illegal contact. But again, look how hard that throw is to make. Tom Brady's having to make some very difficult throws. That's really all you can ask. And if he beats you, he beats you. I mean, he's a great player. He's going to make some plays, but you want to make him throw outside. Notice how he's always forced to throw outside the hashes. That's what you want. Thomas Davis does an excellent job of rerouting his man in his zone. He's basically smothering him man to man in his area. And again, Brady has to make a tough throw. Too deep. Will they stay in it? Nope. They're bringing a guy in the box. Mike Mitchell again. That's not Quentin Michael. I don't know who this is. A run, nothing. Where are you going to go? No run blitz or anything, just good clogging and gap control. Lotelelli, he eats up two guys. There's no one to account for Thomas Davis. Coochly took on the fullback. No one to account for Coochly and Mitchell. Nowhere to go. Too deep. Rolling the safety into the box again. Well, not into the box, but probably to take a peek at the back. He goes to the flat. Curl flat defender. Deep third, deep third, deep third, deep middle. Coochly is matching that seam threat to help out his free safety. These two are clamping down on anything that was becoming underneath shallow. This is basically a double buzz. You'll give this up here, but you don't want to have this guy running free down the middle of the field. And again, force the ball short. Now, Brady is a smart guy. He's going to take that, but not everyone's Tom Brady. You want to frustrate the quarterback and get him to force something. But Brady so far is just taking what's being given. Look how deep he is again. Good play here by Ridley. Sometimes the best runs a running back makes are for, 4 or 5 yards. Look at that. Makes two guys miss in the hole, gain 6 yards. That should have been stoned. I mean, everyone is in perfect position. Here's your one technique, your three, your five, your seven, your 4-3. Is this an over or a under? This is a over. This is an over front. He's playing that buck linebacker where he can either, you know, chip this tight end, blitz, contain, and everyone does their job. Kuechly fights off his block, but the guy just makes a great play. Empty backfield. Nope, fullback in there. Probably going to be a throw. That was straight man coverage. He bailed a little bit pre-snap. Top corner was in man. Man press. Man. Man. They're just playing cushion on one side, press on the other. Very simple stuff. Nothing exotic. Now, some guys are mental, like the late Jimmy Johnson, Greg Williams. He's very aggressive out of his 4-3. And the 3-4 guys like Rex Ryan like to go after it, like to show you exotic looks. And that's all fine and good. But, if you have the horses, you don't have to play that way. If you have the horses who can play that way and you want to mix in a little bit more risk, you can do some good things as well. Different ways to skin a cat. Show blitz, base rush. The coverage behind it. What do we have here? A press look across the board. Do they stay or do they bail? Bail. So we had the same look as we had the previous snap, with the same coverage rather. Good get off again. These guys, these ends really get off the ball really well. Watch Hardy here. Boom. Another great play. There's no defense for a great play. Sometimes it's going to happen. He just bounces it, and there's no one outside. Again, look how deep safety is. It's just a matter of whether it's going to be man or zone or a combo. They do play a cover two bump at times where they'll have the outside corners and press man and the rest of the defense in cover two. Play action pass that just got detonated. This play is done right here. Look at Star Lutelli just get inside across the lineman's face. Explosiveness. Warren Sapp used to do stuff like that all the time. Just shoot right over and just outquick the guard. Cover three press and cover three bail. And again, look at the alignment. There's your nose, and this is an end standing up. You can't double everybody. Double here. There's no way he can be reached for double. It's a play action pass with run action here. You see the guard pulling or the lineman pulling here. a guard in this case, and no, no chance. Press at the top, Bale look at the bottom, press in the slots maybe. Now they go back into two deep. You see that? They showed the single high, and then they rolled to two deep. They do a lot more disguising than our Seahawks do. Now we're in two deep. Got to make that tackle, buddy. Oh, good block. Good blocking. That's not his fault. That's why you got to watch these things a few times just to see exactly how a play popped. At first, I thought from the camera angle that he missed a tackle, but he didn't. Again, four-man rush. Very simple. Very basic. It's just reliant on everyone doing their job, trusting the scheme, and having great athletes. And to Brady's credit, he's not making any rage throws. Those kind of throws that quarterbacks make where they're like, screw it, I'm tired of thinking and dunking the ball down the field. That's why he's Tom Brady and not, you know, some ham and egger. Again, forced to make a tough throw outside the hashes. Press man on the outside, super deep safety. The middle's accounted for. You have a rat in the hole bracketing this. That's what Kuechly gives you. He's very good at diagnosing those crossers, and he's so quick. He's able to sync back with them as well. Tough throws. Nope, no run blitz here. I thought maybe there was a run blitz on there, but no. So the Pats are doing a pretty good job of driving. There was a couple of penalties on some of these plays that bailed them out. But they're having to take what's there. They're not being given anything cheap. Look how deep. Again, he's practically near the damn goal line. Now they bring some noise. They weren't quite getting there with 4 or 5. They brought some pain that time, and again force a quick throw. They've been showing this look and bailing out of it. This time they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Davis delays a little bit before he joins the rush. And again, the only throw that he could make was here, and the coverage held up. Captain Munnerlin. But again, a penalty. You can't touch these receivers, folks. Great play by Davis. Here's your nose. A gap, A gap, B, C gap here, C gap, and Davis reads it, and he's just trying to get outside of the reach of this guard here. Keeps fighting, scrapes, and runs him down. That's a terrific play. That's so difficult to do. He made that look much, much easier than it really is. Nothing. Nothing, and a fumble. So it's tough sledding. They're not making it easy at all. They're forcing Brady to take what's there. And what's there is often the short throw. There haven't been any gimmies. I don't want to show the Panthers here. Come on, where am I? Where do I want to be, rather? Too deep look. They come down, and you see how they went play action there? Take advantage of that aggressiveness. That's more than likely what they were trying to do. Again, these OCs aren't stupid. The DCs aren't stupid either. It's a chess match going on. When can we catch them crashing down and overcommitting and get them back to playing honest? Because you'll see the very next play they're going to be in too deep. So here they're in too deep. Start throwing out too deep, and he's firing. He's going to the deep third, deep middle. Just press all the way around. He's in trouble right here. That's what makes this play. He's playing run all the way. Oops, let me go back. Here it is. Yeah, he's looking to play run and rob if it's a pass. But what makes this play is his free release inside. That's what you cannot have. That's really our first clean press break to the inside. Not bad for nearly a quarter and a half in football. Nothing. Hardy and Utalele. Star is a hard man to move. I mean, good luck, fullback. Good luck. He's playing that 4-3 nose. Again, here's your three technique. He's your prototype 4-3 nose because he can fight off doubles and he's quick enough to get into the backfield, and a fullback has no chance of blocking him. None. He can either fight off the double with strength or he can get into the backfield with quickness. Empty set. And there's Thomas Davis closing, but he missed the tackle. So he got half of it right. You saw his closing speed, but he didn't make the tackle there. This style of defense, when you give up the short pass, you gotta make the tackle. Very similar to the Tampa 2 in that regard. Sure tackling. When you give up the short pass, you need to close, and here's too deep. They got gashed on that pass play. So again, it's a game of act react. And now they see too deep. What are they going to do? They're going to try to run the ball, see if they can control the line of scrimmage out of too high. Again, too high, go right to the run. And they do a great job there of stuffing it. Football at times can be a very simple game. Too high, the offense has numbers, the offense will try to run. Play action again. Nothing but a penalty. And again, that's Thomas Davis running strive for strive, the tight end down the seam. Tight end does a wheel, and he has the wheels to run right with him. That's Derek. That's Derek Brooks like. Showing blitz. Are they coming? Nope. And again, dump it off short. Bailing all the way. Cover three. You see the jam. This was interesting. This is kind of a combo. He releases the slot to the corner and plays the flat. That requires a whole heck of a lot of communication to get that right, boy. You get that wrong, someone's going to be wide open. Brady hangs in there. And again, he makes the throw that's there. He's not forcing. Drop back into two deep. This is cover two bump. See how deep Coochly goes? The corners were in man to man. Yes, some Tampa 2. Corners are pressed up. Safeties come out in that single high look again. They're going to back out pre snap. This is man to man all the way in the outside. Coochly's in the middle. These guys are playing zones on these seam areas, the two deep safeties. That's your Tampa 2. Or in this case, this is cover 2 bump. Mash a seam. He's in good position to close if the ball's thrown. Same here. Again, deep middle. And they hit it there. That's part of the reason why the Tampa 2 has become basically a situational defense as opposed to a base pass coverage for most teams now, is because passing concepts have evolved so much since the early 2000s that, and plus with the rule changes and how physical you can be with receivers down the field, it really makes it much harder to play that style of defense. You can still do it, but you know you got to have the old standbys: pass rush, athleticism, and guys who can really cover and close down space. So this has gone on long enough. 45 minutes is plenty. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will continue to crank these suckers out. Not quite sure what to do for my other one, or my third one. I might do some Dick LeBeau. Yeah, let's do some Dick LeBeau next. Let's get a little exotic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Talk to you all later. Peace.